Mitch, I want to ask about Connor McDavid specifically, and just your thoughts on how you can deploy this player and make the best use of him, maybe how far you can push his minutes, what your thoughts are on how do you deploy him?
Well, his recovery rate, cardio-wise, is astounding, and he's able to get back up to speed quickly on the bench. So that's something we've got to take advantage of. But I think more than anything, he can come out every second shift if it's going to stay 5-on-5 the way it did the last game. But my focus is going to be building his game from our end out. Like he needs to have the puck more, as do all of our centers, because that's one of the strengths of the team, is that I think we need to find ways to get them the puck more deeper, and that's going to be the focus starting tomorrow at practice.
And you mean deeper, like in the defensive zone, lower?
Yeah, I think come and understand the value of playing inside the dots and being in support position where you're really closer to the puck everywhere. You're closer to the puck when the Ds have it. You're closer to the puck when the wingers have it. So it ends up on your stick. Your touches are usually double. And that's what we want to do, is get way more touches for the whole center ice position.
Where do you stand on the idea of skill guys that are expected to put up points, cheating a little here and there for offense? Do they have to do it? Is it acceptable in your system?
No. My view is when you have the puck, that's for you. When you don't have the puck, that's for us. And I'm really flexible with the puck stuff. I use concepts and ideas more than I use flat out X's and O's, but there's no negotiation when the other team has the puck. There's no negotiation at all, and I expect everybody over the next couple of weeks to start looking the same when the opposition has the puck, and that's the area that's it's in my domain. That's the stuff that a coach controls, and there's just no negotiation for me.
With he and Leon Draisaitl as a tandem, there have been stretches where they've played together. There have been long stretches where they've been apart. You clearly have two very potent offensive weapons. Where do you stand on, the quality of hockey you can play with them together versus apart?
I think they work really well together. I think they find the ice for each other. They see the ice. To me, Leon's soft touches with the puck, it really surprised me, because I knew he was a good player. I didn't know that he had touches with the puck like he does, and so I'm right now really focused on keeping them together unless there's an injury that forces us otherwise. But I think the thing that goes underrated is I'm able to do that because of the good play of Nugent Hopkins. I'm able to play those guys together because Nugent Hopkins, he can carry a line, and he's capable of doing that stuff. He's a very effective player.
So when you had Mike Modano, you had to teach him to play the way you wanted to play, and I know it was a long time ago. What about, where are you on the theory that like Bowman and Yzerman and Hitchcock and Modano, Connor McDavid may score less but become a better all-around player?
Now, I don't see the scoring less, but to me, it's about value system. And I think even before Modano, it's Tyler Seguin. I think Tyler Seguin was a perfect example of a guy that needed to change, that embraced it, and had a great offensive year and even a better defensive year. And I think that it's just changing your value system. And it's understanding that speed is a great weapon. Not many players have it. But if you use it without the puck, you become more effective. If you use it with the attitude that you can create pressure, turnovers, and mistakes, and you're able to buy into that, you become a great player right away, because you have an impact. You make the other team nervous, not only when you have the puck, but when they have the puck. And that's what Seguin bought into and was very effective. Modano bought in and was very effective. And the way Connor is, he's already 2/3 there already. Him and Draisaitl created about 7 or 8 turnovers yesterday that would, if I was the opposition, I'd be scared to death, because you make one bobble and they're gone. And I think if I can convince him that that he can create unbelievable pressure even when the other team has the puck. It's going to be effective.
If the 21-year-old player has changed over your tenure as a coach, and I believe he has, how has the 66-year-old coach changed in dealing with that 21-year-old player?
Well, I think we've passed through millennial and we're into the I generation, and I think the I generation is fascinating because it's the most prepared generation I've ever seen in sport, academically too, culturally same, and it's my job to eliminate surprises, and it's my job to make sure they know what I wanted, why, and what's in it for them. And I've got to explain that to them, and I've got to be open to explain that to them, or else they're not going to buy into it. And I think if you're willing to do that stuff and take the time to do that stuff, you've made the adjustments that are necessary. And if you just go at it stubbornly and say, this is what I want you to do, and they don't have any impact in the decision making and there isn't discussion, I don't think you get anywhere. And so you're prepared, and it means you got to really open up. You got to be comfortable opening up as a coach. You got to be comfortable with the dialogue. And I know there's been lots of times here in the last few years where we've got into discussions and the player flat hasn't agreed with me, and we've negotiated a change. You know, like we've met halfway. And I think that's what coaching in this day and age is. You got to meet them halfway. And to start with, you probably got to go the most distance at the start of the conversations.